welcome back to my channel. It's Tori. Today I am very excited to go over some channel updates and goals going into the year 2024. So it's kind of a little surreal that I'm already making 2024 plans right now, but here we are, so let's do it. Last year when I did my 2023 yearly goals, I talked a lot about different series that I wanted to read in 2023, and I talked a lot about my subscriber count and that kind of stuff, which is all pretty normal for year-end goal videos, I feel like. But this year I feel like it's going to be a little bit different. And it's not that I don't have subscriber goal counts or I don't have book series that I want to get to in 2024. But as I've spent more time as a booktuber and really feel like I've settled into my voice and my content creation and what I love and what didn't work for me as well this last year, I'm more excited actually going into 2024 not to have those things at the forefront of my list. And the first thing that I want to say is, first of all, thank you to everybody who followed my channel in 2023, whether you are a new subscriber or you've been with me since the beginning. I really appreciate your support because all of the work and effort that goes into content creation is made so worth it by the community that I get to post to. Every time I put up a video, I get so excited to see you guys' comments and to have discussions with you. I love it. It's hands down the best part of what I do. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that I published my debut epic fantasy novel this year, The Bloodstones. Check out my video on that if this is the first time you're hearing about it. And it feels absolutely incredible to have had just an outpouring of support for this book. I'm so proud of it and I'm so grateful for everyone's encouragement and for everybody that purchased the book and is reading the book. I'm so thankful for that. It's been an incredible month as the book has been out for not quite a month yet, and I'm just really grateful for that. It's been an amazing experience and I can't wait to keep going. So in 2024, big writing goal is to be working on book 2, which is called The Queen's Wolf, and get that out because writing is something that I have wanted to do since I was as young as I can remember, and that has never changed. That is one of the few things that I try a lot of things in life and I enjoy a lot of things. I have a lot of different passions, but writing has been the one constant for as long as I can remember. And it feels incredible to finally be at a point where I really feel like I'm finding who I am as a writer and my voice, and that I'm in this incredible community to share it with. The thing with that is that it takes a lot of creative energy to write books. And one of the things I ran into in 2023 is I discovered that between trying to keep up with a very intense schedule of content creation with the channel and also write my books, I hit a couple periods of pretty severe burnout. And that's something that I needed to take a step back and analyze, okay, where is this coming from? How can I fix it in 2024 so that I can do a better job at both my channel and the book writing without getting burnt out? And one of the things I noticed is I was very focused on trying to keep an incredibly consistent schedule of 3 and then 2 videos a week on the channel. And as you probably have noticed in the last few weeks, I've been a little bit more lax on that. And there's a reason for that. I needed a brain break after the launch of my book, and I had been keeping up with my channel for the most part all the way through writing the book and the launch of the book. And I just needed a break. And I am really glad that I took a step back because I think I needed that. And it makes me more re-energized to come back and make content when I know that I have the freedom to take a step back when I need it. There were a lot of points this year where I felt like I was making content just to get something out. And I want to really focus here in 2024 on some of the stuff that gets pushed back to the back burner because I'm so busy making videos to make videos that I wasn't really giving myself time to pour energy into the kind of content that's been sitting in the background for a long time that I'm really excited about, but felt like I never really had time to do. And those are the things like the deep dives on different characters, different types of content. I did a couple of those videos this year and I loved doing those. I had my my What is Clean Fantasy video that came out. I had I talked about reviewing self-published books. I talked about, so those kind of things. I want to lean into like character analysis and really doing some deep dives on some of the books that I love. And to do that, I need more creative energy. It's a lot of work to put those videos together, and I love doing them, but I need to give myself the space to actually spend the time to do them. And I partially adjusted for this by not doing the TBRs as much this year, and that's at the end of this year, I should say, and that really has helped, because then I don't feel like I'm locked into a specific set of books, and I don't feel like I have to do, you know, a TBR video is still a video that I'm removing from my plate. I'm kind of looking at some different options with how to go about updating you guys on what I'm reading. I'm you know, throwing back and forth some ideas of doing weekly or bi-weekly wrap-ups instead of monthly, or staying with the monthly, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments if you have an opinion. I really want to focus on the quality of my videos, and not that I think that I've been putting out subpar content this year necessarily, but I know that I've been more focused on just getting videos out than I have been giving myself the time and space to really focus on some of the things I'm most excited to create, because it needs more time. One of those things that I'm very excited to talk about in 2024 is I'm going to start a book club. And it's not going to be as stressful as it sounds. I know there's a ton of read-alongs, a ton of book clubs out there on YouTube already, so I'm not adding anything crazy, I promise. But one of the things that I realized as I started digging into some of my classic SFF woman predecessors in the genres is there's not a ton of content on them on YouTube. And the big shocker came for me when I decided to look up Andre Norton, who was known as the grand dame of science fiction and fantasy back in the like 60s and 70s. And she's written a ridiculous amount of books. And I thought, wow, what an incredible legacy. I want to, you know, type into YouTube where to start with Andre Norton. Couldn't believe that there was nothing out there. There's a few tiny bits here and there, but really there's not much content about her. And it started getting me thinking, like, well, what about some of the other female SFF writers that I've heard of? And some of them have more content than others, obviously. But I want to start a book club where, for a while at least, every month, I read a classic SFF book written by a female author that I can then talk about. Like Andre Norton, I want to do a deep dive on her. I want to talk about who she was and what she wrote and why she was called the Grand Dame of SFF. Like that's a big deal. So I will definitely be updating my Discord with the Cosmic Footsteps Book Club. There will also be a channel dedicated to the books that we are reading so that we can discuss it. My Discord is private. It's a patron-only Discord. With that being said, if you are a YouTube subscriber who is not also a patron, I will also be updating you guys here on the channel, so don't worry about that. You'll still get all of that content, and I'll probably post it in the community tab so you guys know which book is coming up. Another thing that I want to focus on a lot this year is something that I loved about 2023, and that was all of the author and friend live stream chats that we've been doing. They have been an absolute blast. The chats have always been incredible. The audience, you guys are amazing in those. It's so much fun to have that interactive experience, both with the guest and also with the people in the chat. I love it. So we're definitely going to be doing more of that in 2024. I have some goals for guests next year that I'd really like to get on the channel. I'm planning on asking Steve Erickson back on to chat about some writing influences here in the early part of 2024. And I have a couple of other authors in the wings that I'd really like to get a hold of and talk to. So that, alongside all of my wonderful and amazing content creator friends that I really look forward to having some more discussions with. So you're definitely going to see a lot more of that kind of content still on the channel. That's not going anywhere. In terms of my personal reading, I really want to focus more on the mood reading this year and less on the FOMO, because the FOMO really got to me this year, and I was so busy trying to read all of the books that my friends were reading, which was a blast, by the way. I had so much fun with a lot of those buddy reads, that I was constantly putting on the back burner all of the things that I really wanted to read. And that's why I haven't been able to read some of the stuff that I was really excited about this year. So I'm definitely going to find a better balance with that and learn to deal with the FOMO, because I think that's something that all of us struggle with on BookTube, and I am not very good at it. Definitely going to be working on that this year. And the second reason for that is financial. I think I've built a pretty sizable library, which you guys can only see a fraction of on the video screen. All the way around me are bookshelves. My bedroom has been taken over by bookshelves, and I still have piles of books on the floor that don't have room on the shelves. So I have enough books to make YouTube content for the rest of my life if I really wanted to, and I feel like this year, in 2023, it was about building the library. In 2024, it's going to be about reading the library. Now that I have this incredible library of all of these books that I purchased because I was really excited to read them, now I'm going to read them. And what that means is I'm not going on any kind of book buying bans. I will still buy, the occasional book, but I'm definitely going to be a lot more picky about how much and which books I'm buying. I think it's going to be really important for me to buckle down on that, because I have so much anxiety about how many books I have yet to read, and all of the books that I bought that I was so excited about that I haven't had time for yet. So I am going to be joined by my good friend Kay from Kay's Hidden Shelf. One of our accountability goals for 2024 is to read our shelves, and I would definitely love any company from any of you guys who are interested in jumping on with that. It's not anything official. It's just kind of an accountability thing of wanting to make sure that we are giving love to the books that we already have on the shelves. Finally, in terms of personal goals, one of the things that I am going to focus on in 2024 is my health. So as many of you already know, I deal with several fairly complicated mental illnesses, and it is very, very difficult to be a content creator and have that creative energy to not only film and come up with the content, but also editing and all of that kind of stuff when my mental health is very unpredictable. So when I go through periods of the year where I have depressive episodes, or I'm going through a particularly tough patch in therapy or anything like that, it is very, very difficult for me to keep up the energy to have a consistent schedule. It never comes to a point where I wouldn't want to continue making the content. I just know that I need breaks sometimes. So one of the things that I want to focus on in 2024 is just being more transparent about I'm taking a break. And I've tried to do some of that this year with you guys to make sure that I'm keeping you up to date. It's not something I feel obligated to do, but it's something that I know, because we have such a tight-knit community here that I value so much, I want to make sure that if I miss a couple of weeks, that you guys know that I'm, okay, I'm just taking a little bit of a step back. My physical health alongside that in 2023 has really taken a hit. I am definitely going to be going in 2024 to just get some things checked out and make sure that I'm able to start combating what is going on, because I know that the longer I leave it, the more serious repercussions it could have in the future. And those are all things that are really priorities for me, because obviously while I love content creation, if my health isn't great, it is harder for me to create, and it's harder for me to have energy and all of those things. So it's nothing like really scary. So just clarifying that, it's more some things that I've been dealing with for a really long time that I tend to just suppress and ignore and move on, and now it's important that I not do that anymore, both for my family and for my creativity in general, because it's something that my mental health takes a dip when I'm not able to be creative. So anyways, that's a lot of probably TMI, but I wanted to be transparent about that, because I know that in 2024 there may be some times where I am going to need to just take a break. I am also really, really, really excited to get to a lot of the books on my shelves that I haven't had time for in 2024. I can't wait. A really easy example is Sword of Kaigen. It is bonkers and ludicrous that I have not read Sword of Kaigen yet, you guys. It's insane. And it keeps getting pushed back, and it keeps getting pushed back. And there's so many other books on my shelves like that that I've been so excited to read, and I just have not had time. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm excited to make you guys more content with those books, because I can already just feel my energy rising with the idea of reading them. So I'm really excited about all of that. That's kind of it. I know, like, I have some series that I want to read for next year, but I've kind of talked about those a little bit, and I might do another video separately from this that talks more about that. But honestly, I'm just excited to read. I'm excited to hang out with you guys. I'm excited to have some great live streams, read more amazing books. And I just feel like I've relaxed so much more into the idea of moving into 2024 than I did in 2023, because I was rebooting my channel going into 2023 and things were crazy and the trajectory of the channel was going wild, and I was meeting all these new people and reading all these new books, and I kind of needed 2023 to figure out, what do I like and where am I going with this? And I feel like I've come to a point where I'm a lot more settled now in that. So it's going to be a great year. I'm really excited about it. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons who have made a huge difference in my life this year. They are responsible for over half of the budget that went into publishing the Bloodstones, and I cannot thank them enough. For anyone who's interested in more information about my Patreon, there is an exclusive Discord where we run buddy reads, and there's a ton of different chat channels. It's a wonderful, smaller community, and I absolutely love it. You can find links to that down in the comments below. Thanks for everything this year, you guys. I know I'm still going to have videos coming out before the end of the year. This isn't the last one, but I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone for being so supportive on my journey through figuring out what this channel is becoming, and I can't imagine doing it with a better community of people. I hope you all have a wonderful end to your year. Thank you so much for all the support. I hope you read a 5-star read in the next 2.5 weeks, and I will see you in the next video.